Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Snorlax Sleepy, you're the Sleepy Nation, and this is the very first. I've been sent a game. I've made it. I'm official now. So I get to review it. This is Building Block Heroes, a game that I'm going to attempt to view. And by that, I mean you're going to listen to me ramble for 19 solid minutes. Buckle yourselves in. Get ready. The Sleepy Express is pulling out the station. It's a disaster. The jelly people have been kidnapped by the Megazord, and it's up to our 4 unlikely heroes to save the day. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Building Block Heroes, and this is where we go. We have a man with a hat, a green man, Ice Queen, Heatwave, Airhead and Dirtbag, and together they will save the universe. So, what is it, you might ask? Well, the game itself, if you've ever played Tetris, you're going to pretty much get the idea here. Blocks and blocks and blocks on top of 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 blocks and blocks, blah 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 blah, all the blocks. But slightly different than Tetris, because in this game we aren't trying to destroy towers, we're trying to build bridges. We're using the colour blocks to build bridges to get across, to rescue the jelly people from their jelly prisons. Simple enough. You control the blocks with the arrow keys as you would expect from a Tetris style game, and you walk your character using A and D to go left and right across the tower. Once you get to the end, rescue your jelly people, the area is complete, and that is it. Really simple, really easy. Pick up play gameplay. You simply can't knock it. When it comes to playability, it's right up there, simple. 10 minutes, maybe, just to grasp some of the more nuances, you got it. If you make a mistake, there are these sort of spiky blocks you coming down, like I just made there. The spiky blocks, what they do is, the spiky block will cut off any colours like you just seen. So if you have a row of yellow, put a yellow spiky block on it, removes all the yellow. Basically a do-over, let you help out. They can get annoying, because sometimes they come just a little bit too frequently. And when that happens, you're sort of just firing blocks down the ground. Just try and get away. But gameplay-wise, simple, pick up play. Don't need to think too much about it. You're going to kind of clear it. Early levels are like early levels in any game. Nice, simple, easy, can't really complain. Move across. Each character has their own unique power-up. The guy I'm playing as here, Heatwave. Heatwave can jump across one gap, so the gap on between the red and yellow blocks, he could just jump right across that. You build your power-ups up by destroying blocks using the spiky blocks. The more you build up, the more powers you get. Let you do a little bit more, lets everything sort out a little bit easier. As I say, really can't fault it. Quite a simple concept, nice and easy, and you can do it, pick it up, play it, learn it quickly. Can't knock it. Simple enough. Let's talk about the characters. We've got Heatwave. Heatwave, he has the ability to, as I said earlier on, jump across one gap. Then we've got Ice Queen. Ice Queen's ability allows us to build one block right in front of herself made out of ice, which can be good for getting out of tricky situations. Airhead allows him to jump one block vertically, so you can leave an extra gap when you need to. Dirtbag can rip a block up from the ground, which can be quite useful if you stupidly, like I always do, block yourself in with some blocks. Nice, easy, straightforward power-ups. You get a power-up. Now we're talking about destroying blocks. They build up across the side, on the side. Sort of when you've got it, pop it, move it on. You've done it. A platformer, really. That's what it is. It's a simple Tetris-based platformer. Effective. I like it. Is that a problem? No. It's actually quite an ingenious idea. I don't think I have ever played a game like this before, and that's interesting. The question, though, is the gameplay mechanics itself enough to entertain somebody for a whole game? And that's really a big question. And in all honesty, it completely depends on what you want from gaming. That's what it comes down to, really. Would I have purchased this game if I wasn't reviewing it? That's what I need to ask myself as we go through the game from start to finish here. Now, in reality, this isn't normally the kind of game I'd play. I'm not normally not really a big puzzler. Did I enjoy my time playing it with these gameplay mechanics? I did at first. This is my honest answer. At first, I actually found myself relatively enjoying the game. As time came on, I found myself enjoying it a little bit less. Now, if this was due to the fact of me not, as you can see from the gameplay here, not particularly being great at puzzles and getting a little bit frustrated by my own mistakes, that is honestly partially what had happened. But one thing that did not so much grate on me, I think grate on me is the wrong word as we go through it, but one thing that I did find more difficult as I got through was just little things, like the music loops. And it's about a 10-second long loop, which is fine, 10-15 seconds maybe, but it loops, and eventually I just found myself getting irritated by the music. It was frustrating me a little bit. That's not a knock on the designer as such. I mean, it's a one-man team. Give them the due. They've made a functional game, and it's not a bad game. It's actually quite an enjoyable game in itself. A game for me? Maybe not. But I did show this off to some of my friends as well. I was talking to about to set a couple of snaps and things out of it. And I've got a friend called Schofield who really likes Tetris. It's his thing. It's actually quite terrifying to watch him play it, honestly. He doesn't even need to look. He just puts blocks in places and it works out. And his exact words were, "That's the kind of game I'd like to play." So yeah, it's a game for people, and it's not a bad game. It's just not my game. Does that mean that's possibly the right game for me to review? Well, maybe, because I can be objective. I mean, when you look at it, it is a fun game. I enjoyed quite a lot of aspects of it. I did have a good time with it. Would I pay the full price for it when it was fully released? Quite possibly not. That is a true fact, I probably wouldn't. But would I recommend it to somebody else to play who was a fan of these kind of games? I think I would. I would honestly recommend it to somebody else. The takeaways from it is that it has quite a level difficulty spike. I can accept that. It starts off really easy, slowly but surely gets harder. You have to start thinking more, working at it more. That's really good, I can live with that. The boss level on level 1 does get quite tricky quite quickly, if I'm being completely honest with you. He fires fireballs across the screen, and when he fires fireballs, it destroys everything in his path. That took me quite a while to get my head round and how to get past it. It was a challenge, but I thought the challenge spike was possibly slightly too high there. I mean, the game's in beta, so, you know, things will change when it comes out, and yeah. Would I recommend it? I wouldn't recommend it to me. I wouldn't recommend it to people who play games like I do. I'd recommend it definitely to fans of puzzlers. I would recommend it to fans of Tetris. And I'd recommend it for people with children, because I can imagine children will quite like this game. It's simple, you can pick up and play it. It's got leaderboards and times and stuff. It's got online play on it as well, which I didn't get a chance to try out, but it does have online play as well. It's honestly, yeah, it's a fine game. For a one-man developer team, it's a pretty good game. Takeaways from it, I really like the environment. I like how it's designed. I quite like the colour scheme. It's nice and bright and vibrant. The music, although it does drive me a little bit mad eventually, I like it. It's a good little loop. It fits the theme really well. Characters, they all look really good. They're all designed well. Each of them's unique, bring its own gameplay challenges, its own gameplay ideas behind it. As I said, I found out that using the jumping mechanic was really good for the boss, because it meant I didn't have to build as many layers up, which made it quite easy. The Ice Queen's ability I didn't use enough, but that was pretty good too. So, yeah. Overall, if I was going to give it a rating out of 10 in its current form, I would say a 5 or 6. Not a bad 5 or 6, not saying this game isn't definitely not a buy. Just in its current form, I think it needs a little bit more refinement. Maybe it's lengthening the music loops a little bit. Just add the boss levels, maybe tone the first boss down a little bit. But other than that, I'd recommend it. It's got the Snorlax Sleepy stamp of approval with work. So yeah, that's Building Block Heroes. It's alright. It needs a bit of work, but it's alright. I'd like to obviously thank AGGROBLAKH for giving me the game. That's the developer. So thanks a lot for letting me play through your game. Sorry if I wasn't as nice about it as you'd hoped. I'm sorry about that. But it does need a little bit of work. But I did enjoy it. The game is out on the 7th of October, is it? 3rd of October. The game is out on the 3rd of October. It go through Steam. So if you did enjoy the review, obviously give it a purchase, or even just drop an email to the developers to let them know you're excited about the game, or follow them on Twitter if you could. But yeah, 5 out of 10. I've been Snorlax Sleepy. You've been the Sleepy Nation. Thanks a lot for watching. I do appreciate it. Just stay sleepy.